Hey everyone, welcome back to episode 3 of the Bros Knows podcast. And yeah, we're on episode 3 already, Jared. It's pretty impressive, right?
Yeah.
And how do you like it so far? Are you enjoying this?
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
It's fun to talk about.
People laugh.
It's fun to talk about things that we think are interesting, even though some people might not think they're interesting.
Fun to talk about.
I feel like we've been in a new location every time for this. Like we were by the bookshelf, then we were over there, and now we're here in a because we really don't have a studio. It's fine. It's whatever. But today we have some topics. I let Jared kind of choose the topics because I said, you know what, why not? So Jared, why don't you go ahead and what are we going to be talking about today?
All right. So the first topic we are going to talk about is Disney movies. Because who doesn't like a good Disney movie?
I like Disney movies. I don't really talk about Disney movies, though, that much.
Well, now you're going to.
Oh, well, that's fine. Fine with me.
What's your favorite Disney movie?
Oh, my favorite Disney movie of all time. Are we considering Pixar in this?
Nope, it's a different brand. This is Disney.
But doesn't Disney own them?
Yes, but on Disney Plus it says Pixar.
Now, are we
Disney,
doing our favorite
Disney
all time, or are we ranking them?
Your favorite all time first.
All right, my favorite Disney movie of all time is that's a tough one because I have two that are kind of close.
I already know mine.
I would say I know what his is.
Probably a lot of people do.
Mine though is definitely Pocahontas, actually, believe it or not. I love the movie Pocahontas, and I know people are going to be like, oh, you like a girly one. I don't care. It's a great story.
So is she your favorite princess?
Shut up.
I mean, she's a princess. She's considered a princess.
I like John Smith in the movie, okay? Pocahontas is the main character.
The song is really good.
That's true.
The Wind song, I don't remember what it's called.
I can't sing, so I don't really know.
I feel bad that I don't remember how it's called. I like musicals, and I don't know what it's called.
What's yours, Jared?
Well, people who know me know that my favorite Disney movie of all time is The Lion King.
I mean, I could have called that.
I might be obsessed with The Lion King. I've watched that movie.
You semi want to be in the Lion King movie.
At least 50 times.
You honestly just want to be in the Lion King movie.
Well, yeah, that or the Broadway.
Oh, to save us all.
It's like the same thing.
We don't need Jared to be in the Lion King movie. But
I'd be a good Timon.
I mean, I've always seen my life as Pumbaa, but that's just me.
I'm a good Timon.
So then if we're going to rank... Okay, so I guess we can just rank our Disney movies. And then I kind of want to talk about Pixar because technically Disney owned Pixar.
They own them, but it's like a different brand
Pixar's
of
are good, though. Pixar movies are amazing. I honestly, okay, I know how you like the old school kind of movies. Like, because Disney's the old school. Like, not like the new...
animated?
Yeah, the animated. Yeah. That's what I meant. But I
like the new Aladdin better than the old Aladdin.
Okay, so go ahead then, I guess, and rank your Disney movies.
Like animated ones?
Yes, animated, yes.
Okay. Well, Lion King obviously is 1. 2, probably Beauty and the Beast. Loved that when I was a little kid too. That's a good movie. I just like the Beast. The Beast is cool.
That's true.
3, and Gaston, even though he's a bad guy, he's pretty sweet bad guy. 3, probably. Oh gosh, I've never really thought of this before. That's interesting. I'm trying to think of like movies where probably Aladdin. I do like the animated. The anime is good. You know, with rest in peace. What's his name? Robin Williams. Is that his name?
Robin Williams.
Rest in peace, Robin Williams. He's a great genie.
Wait, did you start at 1 or 5? I can't.
1. I started at 1.
Okay.
Like I ranked him 1. 3 is that one. 4 is probably Cinderella.
Okay.
Cinderella's. I watched that a couple times when I was a kid. I was like, oh, this is kind of a neat one. 5 is then Pocahontas.
Okay.
And there's more, but we just do top 5 because I don't know like all of them. I don't remember.
Well, then you're not a true Disney fan, Jared.
I'm a true Disney fan. I just don't watch
know all of them, Jared.
I know most of them. I just don't watch all of them.
My favorite. Oh, that's tough. I mean, not my favorite, but I mean my top 5. My favorite, Pocahontas. Lion King's up there too. Lion King's probably 2. Beauty and the Beast is up there for me. Mainly because of the dwarves. I like the dwarves because they're just funny.
The who?
The dwarves. The 7 dwarves. You don't remember?
That's not in Beauty and the Beast.
Not Beauty and the Beast. Sorry. Sleeping Beauty.
Yeah, that's...
My bad. My bad to all those Disney fans out there. I'm so sorry. I just sinned to
you Disney fans out there? Wreck him in our DM.
Anyways, Sleeping Beauty would be probably 3 for me.
That's a shame.
4's a tough one.
You better put Lion King in your top 5.
Lion King was 2 for me.
Oh, I thought you said.
I said Lion King was 2, then Sleeping Beauty was 3.
Okay.
Beauty and the Beast would probably be 4, just because I loved that. That was probably the first Disney movie I really watched.
And
I think
The Candle.
Oh, The Candle's great. Luminaire, is that his name?
Your dinner.
Your dinner is served.
Lumiere.
Be
At your service.
guest. Be our guest.
You're out of tune. Please stop.
Okay, sorry. That would be 4. 5. That's a tough one. What's a good?
I
actually
fifth one?
legit. The 5th one for me, honestly, would be Lion King 1.5. That's a great Disney movie.
Also,
if you have not seen Lion King 1.5, go see it. It's super funny because it's just Timon and Pumbaa, basically.
Also, Lion King 2 is pretty good with Kiara and Kofu.
Yeah, Kiara and Kofu, which is the...
It's Kovu.
Isn't that the son and daughter of...
No. Kiara's the daughter of Simba.
Right.
Kovu's the son of Scar. Well, no. Scar's his uncle. Sorry.
Oh, of course. Scar's everyone's uncle because he didn't want to have kids. Let's be honest.
Something like that.
So that's like my top 5. What would be your...
Oh,
what?
I kind of forgot a Disney anime movie that we used to watch. We have it here at home. The Wild.
Was that Disney, though?
Yeah, it's Disney because it's on Disney+.
Or was that Pixar, though? Because Pixar's also on Disney+.
I think it's... Oh, wait.
Let me look it up. I'm looking it up.
It's either Disney, but it is a hilarious movie.
I mean, it's a great movie.
And the koala bear. Oh, my
I'm so
word.
cuddly. I like you.
I know you're cuddly, but can you float?
And then he also says...
I'm having a really nice day, really nice day, really nice day. Why don't you want a really nice day,
really nice? Sorry, we're so sorry,
guys. It's a great...
The Wild. I wonder... Okay, let's see. The Wild
I'm pretty sure
movie.
it's on Disney+. I watched it this semester.
It is...
Or last semester.
It doesn't really say.
I think it's Disney.
It made $102.3 million when it came out in 2006.
It's a funny movie. Does this popcorn make my bum look big?
Its production is Walt Disney.
Yep.
But I don't know if it's by... Because since...
No, if it says Walt Disney...
No, it's Walt Disney.
Yep.
Very good.
All right, then, sorry. I'm going to have to redo my top 5 then. Okay, Lion King, The Wild, because that is a hilarious movie. Because it's an animated Disney movie. Then Beauty and the Beast, and then Cinderella, and then Pocahontas.
And they're like a part... Oh, yeah. Who put that paw there?
Yeah, he jumps off and nails himself.
Jumps off the fence
area.
and then just drills himself in the wrong place.
If you haven't seen the movie, look it up on Disney+. It's really
legit
funny.
A really good movie.
It's good. It's just really funny.
Let's see. All right, now let's go to Pixar because we both have a lot of good Pixar movies that we love. Mm-hmm. For me, my favorite Pixar movie of all time, it's not even close. You can argue with me. It will never be close, is Cars. Yep. Cars is by far the best Pixar movie. There's other good ones like...
Toy Story's really close.
Toy Story's up there. Like, I'll be honest, I love Toy Story. The first one, after the first one, it all kind of goes downhill from there.
No, well, not really.
No.
They're funny.
Please tell me that
they're still funny.
You think especially Toy Story 2 is not bad, but Toy Story 3, you consider that a good movie?
Yeah. Spanish Buzz is hilarious.
Oh my. Toy Story 4 was just atrocious for me.
I wouldn't say it's bad.
I mean, okay. Before we get to Pixar, since we're on this Toy Story topic, I think Toy Story 1 is the best. Then Toy Story 2, and then honestly, I really don't even consider the last 2 really good movies.
I think they're good.
So you're saying all the Toy Story movies are good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I like them.
Anyways. Cars is number 1 for me, mainly because I think Cars was just like, at that moment in time when we were kids, it was just a great movie. Like,
I was a kid. You were like 11.
No, it came out in 2008.
Yeah, I was a kid.
I was 12. I was 12. Never mind, I was old.
I was 9. I had
but
Cars.
I'll even say this,
everything.
though. I think when Toy Story came out, because as a time, you all love cars. Like, you love race cars. And to have, like, just that good story. Like, it's like legit... There's a lot of Pixar movies that don't have great stories. Like this,
Dale Earnhardt was in a movie.
This also had a great story, didn't it? Mm-hmm. Like when you sit there, you're like, "This is a good story." It wasn't just an animated, like terrible movie.
Well, when I was a kid, I thought it was an animated good movie.
Yes,
I didn't realize it had a good story.
So I'm gonna rate my Pixar movies. 1 is Cars. 2, Toy Story 1. 3. Well, this is hard. Madagascar. 4. Toy Story 2. 5, Cars 2.
Ooh, Cars 2 is not that
I
great.
liked Cars 2.
All right.
I liked when
mine,
they went
fine. Mine goes Cars. Obviously, Cars. No, you can't go wrong with Cars.
You can't go wrong
and
with
Owen
Cars.
Wilson does so good as Lightning McQueen. He's like the Lightning McQueen. All right. So Ka-chow. That's where I get Ka-chow from. I love saying that. So Cars, Toy Story, and then what was I gonna do? Oh, I think Cars 3 is number 3 for me. I really enjoyed Cars 3. That was
Cars 3 was pretty good, actually.
Movie. It was so. I
guess I just like 2 better. I don't know why.
2 is yeah. 4, I had one in my mind. I think 4 is Toy Story 2. Like I enjoyed that one, and then 5. I had Madagascar.
Madagascar is a very underrated movie.
Well, actually, probably Madagascar Escape to Africa.
Was that the first one or the second one?
That's the second one.
What was the first one?
Madagascar.
It was just Madagascar?
Yeah. Huh. Madagascar Escape to Africa. Because
wasn't there like a TV show too for Madagascar?
That's like the Penguins of Madagascar.
Which is a great show.
Only because they're funny.
Pixar. Was Monsters, Inc. Pixar?
Yep.
Yes. That's also another good one. I just didn't put it in the top 5 because I didn't really watch it that much.
Pretty sure that's a horror movie.
It's not a horror movie. How is that a horror movie?
They're monsters.
It's a cartoon.
But they scare you. If
you're 5.
Exactly. It's a horror movie for kids.
I never thought it was scary, but that was just me.
It's a horror movie for kids.
Anyways, so yeah, those are our top movie picks. I think there's going to be a lot of other good movies coming out. Actually, another underrated, I don't know if you've seen any of these, Jared, the Pixar shorts.
Yeah.
So the teacher that I help with at the school I'm teaching at right now, she's been showing her kids Pixar shorts, and legit are some of the best, like, little short stories. They're hilarious. But anyways, Jared, we talked about Disney movies. We talked a little bit about Pixar. What do you have next on the docket for us to talk about today?
You're going to know absolutely nothing about any of these. Musicals.
I mean, I watch musicals.
Broadway. Jazz hands.
I still watch musicals.
Yeah, but you don't know anything about musicals.
So what would be... Okay, then, Jared, inform me. What are your top musicals or your top musical?
Top... Let's see. I got to think. Probably... Okay. I think I can name 5 musicals that I really enjoy. So my top 5. 1, Dear Evan Hansen. Now, although I've never seen Dear Evan Hansen, the music, the soundtrack, you can ask anybody who knows about Broadway musicals, is absolutely fantastic and probably the most emotional musical I've ever heard.
I've legit never seen this musical.
It is such a good musical. Like, you guys got to listen to the soundtrack. Emotional. It's a great story. Everything. 2, Lion King, not because it's my favorite movie, because that's the only one I've ever seen on Broadway, and it's such a good Broadway musical. 3 is Newsies. Seen that one. Great musical. Want to be in that one. Also want to be in Dear Evan Hansen. And 4, probably... Okay, I count the live action movies as musicals because they're like, the Disney live actions. So 4 is probably Aladdin, because it's a really good live action. And then 5 is Beauty and the Beast, which is also really good live action.
Awesome.
Yeah. Musicals are great.
I guess for me, I don't know. I haven't really watched a ton of musicals. I've listened to music, though. Like, I've never seen Hamilton ever, but I love the music. Absolutely love the music of Hamilton.
Les Mis is also up there for me. I like Les Mis.
Yeah, but it's not in your top 5, Jared. Let me talk about my top 5.
I didn't think you had 5,
I know 5 musicals, Jared.
Oh, that's a miracle.
Let me talk. Huh. Anyways.
Interesting.
My top one would be Hamilton. Even though I haven't seen the full thing, I've seen like snippets, but I love the music of Hamilton. It's really great. My second one would be definitely Lion King. I remember seeing it in Columbus when we were younger. Mm-hmm. We saw it on Columbus's like little Broadway area.
Yeah.
Love that.
The one on the actual Broadway.
But love that. I would say 3 is Wicked for me. I saw that on Broadway. It's a pretty good, I didn't really understand half of what was going on in it, but it was good.
Because you don't know musicals.
4 would be Les Mis. Love the music again of that. Great music. I don't really like the movie that they made. I think that was kind of...
Yeah, it was got Hugh Jackman.
It does have Hugh Jackman. And then I would say, if we're going to count live action as musicals...
they're musicals.
The Greatest Showman for myself is number 5. And because The Greatest Showman was legit the first time that I watched a movie that had a lot of music in it, and legit was like, okay, this is actually pretty epic. The music in that movie by far is some of the best music Like the only reason I don't have that in like the top 4 is because I feel like it's hard to give a movie as like a top 5.
I mean, but it's still considered a musical because it's like live action. It's not animated.
And they actually are, just so you know, they are actually coming out. They're bringing it to Broadway, I heard.
Yes,
which is super cool. I actually want to go see it on Broadway.
Also, you Broadway geeks out there, I am one. So
yes,
this is the only reason I know this. Music Man is coming to revival on Broadway, I believe in this year, later this year in the fall.
It is.
And Hugh Jackman plays the Music Man. That is fantastic. Hugh Jackman is back on Broadway.
Yeah,
I want to really go see that. So if any of you want to go see Music Man on Broadway, just let me know and we'll get some tickets.
Yeah, it's kind of cool because
I want to go.
You know, I've never been a huge musical guy. Like I love the music though. Like and that's like one of the things. I think some of my favorite songs are actually from musicals. I don't know. It's always fun to like watch musicals because, you know, because I think a lot of times we think of musicals as just like singing, but sometimes the acting in musicals are really, really good.
Yes.
And
all musical actors are good. I've never been seen or heard of like a bad actor in a musical because most of them have to be good because they're on Broadway. So.
Really good
Can't
time.
really be a back actor.
Musicals are always fun. Cedarville does. We're gonna get a little plug for Cedarville. Cedarville does a great job with their musicals.
Even though they only do them every other year, though.
Yeah,
because of the expense.
Yeah.
It is more expensive to do musicals.
But it's really cool. I mean, I tell people like, I know a lot of my friends were in musicals. And
I might get into a musical.
Yeah, and so it's really cool just to see like that's what people love. You know, some people love sports, some people love. You know, writing, some people love, but it's just a hobby that you love to do. And some people turn it into a job.
Both.
Yeah. Some people turn it into a job and make money for it, which would be super cool, and super awesome as well. And, so, I feel like Jared's been on this movie binge and that's why we've talked about this stuff today because why not? You know, because Disney Plus is amazing. I love that.
I will say, there's one thing at Greatest Showman I will say, they actually lie kind of about P.T. Barnum because he actually was a terrible guy. He wasn't like that good of a guy.
He was a jerk.
He was a jerk. But
he also never drank.
Which is why
it's also another lie in the movie.
Which is why it's not in my top 5 because like they kind of lied about it. I mean, it's a good story.
It was good,
It's just he was a terrible guy.
Yeah, that's true.
He was not like anything in the movie.
Continuing, Jared.
Also, can I like add a short mini topic right now because I kind of forgot this.
Yeah, why not?
Let's list one guilty pleasure. Do you know what a guilty pleasure is, right?
It's something that you love to do that
is like nobody else like would think you love it. It's like you're kind of guilty about it.
What's that for you then?
High School Musical.
I mean, that's just watching something though.
Yeah, but not a lot of people like that.
Are you like embarrassed because you do that?
Not really, but it's like
I mean, I don't really have it. The only thing I do, I guess, is I just watch a lot of I don't think I have one. Like
not a lot of people like High School Musical, like men.
I think part of it is because I make a lot of videos like on YouTube and stuff, and I think some people think I'm weird. I don't know if that's a guilty pleasure, but I enjoy doing it. I enjoy making podcasts. I enjoy all that. So maybe that's one.
High School Musical.
I don't know.
People say it's bad. High School Musical is actually very well performed. Just saying.
That's true.
Like I've watched them like repeatedly, and they are fantastic. The music is great. Even Zac Efron's kind of iffy on his singing, but it's fine.
Yeah, I mean that's what you love. You love it. All so, anyways, Jared, what is our next topic that you want to? Are we switching gears totally? Or are we sticking on the same?
We're not sticking on the same thing.
Oh, we're switching totally. Okay.
Yeah, something we actually kind of both know about. I mostly knew about the other two. Ohio State basketball.
Yeah.
What a story.
What a turnaround.
As in turnaround, bad turnaround.
They started out 10-0, and they are now 12-6.
Yep.
Yes.
We suck.
I was so hyped when they were ranked second in the nation. Now, most likely, as you are listening to this on Monday, they most likely have probably dropped out of the top 25, which is one of the worst drops in recent history to go from number 2 4 weeks ago to now not even being considered a top 25 team.
Yeah, Ohio State sucks.
And I'll say this, like as a basketball, former basketball coach as well. And like it's a lot of it is with coaching. I mean, it's not that I don't like Holtman. I think Coach Holtman is an amazing guy. He's a Christian. He's a solid dude.
He's a good coach.
But I think that we've gotten away from the bread and butter, and that's called playing defense. Yep. And
we can't shoot.
And when you can't shoot, you can't play defense. You're going to lose a lot of games.
Like we scored 76 against Penn State on Saturday.
Yeah.
And
The first time they played, they scored 108.
Yeah, and got beat. No, but we scored 76, which is usually a good number to win,
especially in college.
But we gave them 90 points to Penn State, who we beat like 108 to like 70.
That is a fact.
And we pounded Villanova literally a month ago. Maybe a little bit over a month ago. Pounded Villanova. I watched the whole game and it was great. Like 84-60.
No, it was 84-51.
Well, yeah, whatever.
Something like that. It was ridiculous.
We beat, and this same team, which now Villanova's now ranked ahead of us, and Kentucky, who we also beat, and North Carolina, who's probably better than us now, we're terrible.
I mean, I won't say they've dropped off completely. I think they're still there. The pieces are still there. I just think that there is a lot of Cinderella holes. Team. There's a lot of holes, and there's a lot of things they got to fix before March. I mean, you're 2-5 in the Big Ten. That's not going to win you many Big Ten games.
No.
And when your 2 wins are against Penn State at home and Nebraska at home, you can't win on the road. I mean, it's shown.
And in the Big Ten, if you win on the road, you're good.
We've been beaten at home, so that even throws that.
Then
in
again,
there.
the only team who's won 2 games on the road is Wisconsin. So
that's true.
That was against us and somebody else.
I think that's a good point. And also,
Big Ten's deep, man. They could have 10 teams in the tournament.
I guess going off on basketball. I know this is not a basketball topic, and this is more of a football topic. But what did you think of the college football playoff? I'm going to be honest. I watched about 2 minutes and then went to bed because I said I don't want to watch this. I'm still in too much pain.
I only watched it because Bengals' future quarterback was playing in the game, and I just wanted to see how he performed in a big national title game, And let me tell you, Bengals better be smart and pick Joe Burrow because he is not a one-year wonder. He had a good offense, but man, that kid can ball.
Yeah,
he is by far the best player. Like Chase Young was great, but dude, after watching that national title game, Joe Burrow definitely deserved that Heisman. The kid is a freak.
Yeah,
especially coming to Ohio State like a 3-star recruit. Only team offered him was Ohio State, and then doing that in a national title game, having the best season maybe of all time.
Yeah, it was a great game. I saw the highlights. I watched it, but
also. Go Tigers.
It just hurts, man. Like
LSU, baby.
I think it hurts to be a Ohio State fan and think you're plays away from honestly, even how bad Ohio State played in that game at the second half. To think that if Olave, because you watch the replay, Olave has this guy beat. If he does not cut it off and go the other way, that's a touchdown and it's a totally different situation. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying Ohio State would have beat LSU, but I think it would have been an amazing game. It'd been awesome to be back in the title game. But that's a very good point. Yeah. And
honestly, though, I don't think we could have beat LSU. After watching Clemson just get pounded by LSU, I don't think we had a chance. Especially after watching this Clemson game. I would have wanted us to, but LSU they were so
that's true.
Good. And our defense, I mean, it might be better than Clemson's, but man, they are just so good. I mean, LSU's defense wasn't that great, but even Clemson couldn't score that much on LSU's defense.
And I think that is a big thing that
LSU was just overall such a good team this year. And now I see why they put them number 1. It made sense.
Yeah, it's definitely.
At the time, it didn't really, but now I'm
it didn't make sense because we're Ohio State fans.
It totally makes sense now. LSU was just so good. Now next year, I don't think they'll be good, but
So Jared, if I want to stick on the topic of sports a little bit. No, I guess, yes, it is kind of a topic of sports, but what do you think of, it is definitely on the topic of sports. What do you think of the whole baseball scandal that's going on right now? And if you don't know, I'm going to give a little background for those of you that don't know. So basically what happened was in the 2017 World Series,
go Astros, baby.
The Astros had been accused by one of their former players, which, by the way, one takes guts, and second, in a way, is also like, dude, you're an idiot. Why would you do this to your teammates? But it proved out to be a big scandal. So basically what happened, I'll give you a little backstory. They were in the World Series against was it the Dodgers that year?
I don't know.
I think it was. And they played
won.
the Dodgers, and what happened is they were accused of stealing signs. And in baseball, it's kind of like a written rule that you don't do. You just don't steal other team signs. You don't do that kind of thing. And so what happened is that they had this camera in the outfield that was zooming in on the catcher signs. So they would, give a 3 or a 2 for, a certain pitch. Then the players would go down underneath the dugout. There was a trash can that had different monitor in there, or there's a monitor above the trash can, and they would watch it. to pick up the sign so they knew what was coming. And we thought, oh, that's it. That's all it was. Then later, another person came out and said, oh, they had clickers on them. They had little shockers underneath their jersey that would shock them when, and this is an accusation, it hasn't been proven yet, but my thing is this, it's cost so many people their jobs. The general manager of the Astros has been suspended 1 year and is fired.
Good.
Manager of the Astros suspended 1 year, fired.
Good.
Alex Cora of the Red Sox, fired.
Yeah.
Mets manager Carlos Beltran, fired.
That's what disappoints me. I loved Carlos Beltran.
So what's crazy about it is the amount that it's affected people and the amount of what it's done to people. I want to get your opinion on it. I have my opinion. I'll share after you share it. So what is your opinion on it?
They won 2 World Series, right?
Yeah,
like they won that one and then 2018.
No, they made it to 2018. They didn't win it.
Didn't they win another World Series though? I thought they had like 2 in like 3 years or something like that.
Something like that. I don't remember.
So if they won another World Series, I mean, this one, they should just remove the 2017 World Series from them because they cheated and like, you can't cheat to win. That's like the Deflate Gate all over again. Only I think the Deflate Gate was dumb and Patriots should have been like, so somebody got suspended. But Tom Brady got suspended, didn't he? Never mind. But yeah, I think it's dumb how they cheated. Like, if you have to cheat to win, that means you didn't even trust your team to like get it done without like looking up signals or whatever.
Yeah, I think
like you shouldn't have to cheat to win.
No, definitely you shouldn't have to cheat to win. I think some people are saying it's a little too harsh, but to be honest, I think, and Pat McAfee made a great point on his podcast. He said there are literally like this is worse than steroids, the steroid area, because at least with steroids, you knew that like, oh, they might miss some of my pitches. If you're a pitcher and you know your signs are stolen, there's nothing you can throw that they're not going to know is coming. So that's where I have a struggle with being a former baseball player, to know that when you're pitching and go, oh, great, I'm going to throw a fastball, but they know it's coming even before I throw it. And no wonder, if you look at the stats at home, I don't have the stats with me, but at home, they were hitting a ridiculous average, like 290. They had like 18 home runs, and then on the road, they were hitting like 207, and they had like 6 home runs. And it was like, oh, that's obvious now why they were literally just dominating every home game. And they won like every home game. So I think that's a big difference. And I think it's sad because it's just sad that you have to go through this and that baseball goes through this, because I think that really hurts baseball stock. I think it hurts. We're already losing fans for baseball, which I think is sad. I believe baseball is still one of the greatest sports.
I don't like watching it.
I mean, it's hard to watch unless you're there at the game. The reason why I feel baseball is so amazing is I remember as a kid, it brought your family together, and it was a game that you could always watch. And not saying that there weren't a lot of negative stuff that happened at baseball games, but I think a lot of these other games, you have a lot of things that you don't want to see as a kid. But with baseball games, it was almost consistent. And I honestly say, and Jared could probably agree with me, minor league baseball games are so much fun because one, it's cheap to get into. There's like the dime dog nights. And then there's so much more fun things to do even at minor league games. So yeah, I think that's really, it's always an interesting topic just to talk about, I mean, how far baseball's come and how far, they're losing. I mean, it's still astonishing. They still spend $300 million sometimes. I'm like, how do they make that much money? They barely even sell out their crowds. We go to Cincinnati Reds games and there's like half the crowds are filled, and so it's still an amazing game. It's still a global sport. And it's super awesome. But I guess to finish up with this episode today, I kind of wanted to finish up with one thing. Jared, I have a question for you. We always have our goofy question, or at least I decided to start that because I want to. Jared, if you could have a superpower, I've used this on my old radio show many times. If you have a superpower, what would your superpower be, and why would you need that superpower?
Invisibility.
Why? It seems like everyone wants to choose invisibility, but why?
It's cool, and nobody would see me coming. And I have this thing where like I scare people in my bro sis. Like I'll just come up behind them and just like boo and scare them, and it's really funny. And so if
you're literally gonna get yourself killed one of these days doing that.
If I'm invisible, I can just go up to somebody and scare them.
And you're literally gonna get killed from doing that sometime.
Yeah, but I wouldn't do it to a stranger.
A knife and is gonna stab you.
I wouldn't do it to a stranger. And plus, if I was a superhero, invisibility would come in handy. I could punch a bunch of dudes that I had no idea where I'm at. Like Spider-Man.
That's great.
Just invisible.
I mean, that's a good superpower. What is my superpower that I would want?
Or super strength. Probably invisibility.
Oh, this one's tough. Oh, I got it. It would definitely be to be able to regenerate health. The reason I say that is because
it's not a superpower. It's just a medic.
Listen, regenerating health without having to do anything. Because as a teacher, if you get sick, you're kind of screwed. If you get sick, and to be able to regenerate health and not miss days would be huge. And also because it would also mean that you wouldn't get injured as easily, and it would just be really cool. So that'd be my superpower. And
or you could just do what they do in Lego Star Wars and kill somebody, and then you can collect a heart.
Okay, well, I don't know why we're bringing up Lego Star Wars. Anyways, yeah, so that's our superpowers that we would want. But anyways, thank you for tuning in to today's episode. Wherever you've been at, if you're on the road listening, or you're at home, or you're at work, we really appreciate it. We love just having a good audience. And if you were new today, we appreciate it. Come on back next week when we have another episode, and we're super excited to continue doing this. So, as always, we'll talk next time, and we'll see ya. See ya.
Adios, amigos.